So if you're not getting the sales results that you expect, that you want, it's probably because you are making this and one of the most common mistakes that you can make that cost me thousands and thousands of dollars in my first 1 to 2 months selling life insurance that I do not want you to make. And it's simply you are not asking the hard, the difficult, the gritty questions that your prospects need you to ask. And the reason that I share this with you is because I just got off a call with a client that I just closed. After 3 deals today, he was the third one, and he was telling me, I just spoke to someone at that company a few days ago, and it was too expensive. I couldn't afford it. Like, I don't want any of this. Most of the people that you're going to sell are speaking to other individuals that are shopping around, and they're looking for a person like you who can learn the sales skills, that can ask the hard questions, that's going to close them, that's going to lock them in the deal and be a client for life. And what I want to share with you is why I was able to close this client and why you are going to be able to close more clients is because you are willing to ask the hard questions, the questions that are uncomfortable, the questions that they want to hear from you that will actually illuminate what their real problems are. So when you can solve these problems throughout the whole presentation and pitch, when it comes down to actually objection handling, you've already handled it previously. So there's going to be no flaws and you're going to help find the best product and going to help fit their needs. For example, this guy was like, I already spoke to someone a few days ago at this client, at this company, the $10,000 was too expensive. It doesn't fit in my budget. The question that I asked is, okay, so what would fit in your budget? Okay, and kind of fill me in. What does that look like? When you say it's too expensive, what does that even look like? And then what I want to share with you is that when you have questions or people share things to you that are, their biggest problems or concerns, you can't just leave it as face value. I'm just worried that my daughter's, going to be covered, my daughter's going to be burdened with this bill. Okay, so what does that look like? God forbid if you don't have any protection in place, what does that look like for your daughter? Can you kind of walk me through? Or, hey, walk me through. When you say it's affordable, what does affordable even mean to you? Or when you say, I just want to leave a little something behind to my loved ones, can you, I guess, Sally, explain to me what does even a little something look like? And when you can ask these hard questions, instead of leaving them at surface value, guess what? The client will open up. You'll get to identify exactly what they're looking for. You'll learn all the objections up front, and you can become a badass sales individual. What I see most people struggle with, and what I struggle with at first, my first 2 months, is selling policies, getting my head beat up, and not making any money, struggling, failing. And I was the same agent that you might be going through, is that I just was not asking the questions that they need to hear. I was not diving deeper. I was not peeling back the onion. I was not explaining them what it looks like, what the real pain points are, and extracting why I'm going to bring them so much value. Most importantly, when you can let the client know that you're listening to them. And when you say, fill me in, it's too affordable, and they're like, okay, like this guy said, he's like, something around $30 to $45 is really what I'm looking for. The $10,000 was too expensive. So when I say, okay, if I can help you find something that fits within that $30 to $45 budget, I know someone else wasn't able to help find that. Would there be anything holding you back to see if I can get you qualified, or anything that, would be holding you back from seeing if you can get, move forward with this? And he said no. So what I want to share with you as a sales individual, you have to fact find, you have to dig deeper, you have to ask more in-depth questions, and you have to ask the hard questions. For example, when someone says I'm on a fixed income, or, I don't make that much money, you don't leave it as face value. You ask them, okay, so what does your monthly income look like? After your monthly expenses, how much do you have left over at the end of the month? The whole point of this, whatever you're selling, when I was selling tree removal, I would ask them, okay, what would hold you back? Sal, you mentioned earlier, this is a good price for you, right? What would hold you back from moving forward today? A question that you might be afraid to ask is like, I'm going to solve your problem. This is exactly what you're looking for. I found exactly what you are literally looking for. What is your biggest concerns? Walk me through it. Or when they give you an objection, let me think about it. Instead of saying, okay, I'll give you time to think about it. Let me get you off the phone. I'll call you in Tuesdays, what most of us are doing. You typically say, okay, now John, walk me through, like, I'm here right now. Like, what do you need to think about? Is it too expensive? Do you not trust me? Am I not the right person for you? Is it out of your budget? Like, what do you need to think about? And when you can keep peeling back the onion, when you can keep asking the questions, and when this person hangs up on you because you really just show with them that they're not willing to commit, that you're not gonna, that they have insecurities in yourself, and you've done everything that you could do, guess what? That's okay. But most of us are leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table every day because we are not asking the hard questions. We're not dissecting the real problems. We're not realizing what the real concerns are. And when you can ask this, you can become unstoppable, whatever product that you sell. If I went to med spa, you can ask the same question. If you went to tree removal, lawn care, landscaping, life insurance, these people are looking for a solution. Well, if you're, for me, selling peace of mind, And if you can create that value discrepancy between how much something costs, between how much value it's going to provide, the larger the gap, the more value in between, the more likelihood you're going to make the sell. And the only way to, actually bridge that gap or to get that discrepancy from price to value is to ask hard questions to illuminate their real problems and dive deeper. Hope this video brought you a lot of value. I'm just fired up. It's so exciting when you can learn how to communicate. When a guy literally says, I just got pitched this option, I don't really need anything, I've already talked to people, and you can provide them the real solution. It's an indication that you're saying the right things and doing the right things in your presentation, and you're moving people along the pipeline. Doing the work. I'm here with you guys. Love you. Hope you brought this a little bit of value, just a little bit of a Thursday sales juice. Cheers.